My name is Mark Bishop and I'm the principal of Pao High School, which I joined in August 2018. I come from a family where my father left school at 14 without any qualifications at all. So he was then determined to give his children the very best start in life. So I was sent off to one of the top boarding schools in the UK, Charterhouse School, and then I was fortunate to go to Oxford. I loved my education, and so I suppose the obvious thing then for me was to become a teacher, and I was fortunate to teach again at some of the most academic schools in the UK, became a deputy head and then a headmaster of a school in London for about 10 years, and then I decided to take the move and come to China. What's so interesting about Pao is it's trying to combine the best of a Chinese education with the best of a Western education. And so for me, the real attraction was being able to help educate young people who will be at the forefront of what happens in the 21st century. I think one of the things that I've been most impressed by the school is by their absolute commitment to holistic education. They're educating not just to get very good exam results, important as that is, but actually to be preparing young people for a world beyond university. And they're doing that in a number of ways. They're doing that by a really impressive residential program. They're doing that with an incredibly broad curriculum, a very unusually broad curriculum. The thing I think I've loved most is the fact how students are willing to come forward and suggest their ideas for the school. Within just a few weeks of arriving, I had a Year 9 girl. She comes from a background where English is not spoken at all at home, and yet her English is now absolutely fluent. She reads hundreds of books. She started her own blog about books that she's read, and she came in with 2 or 3 ideas that were really interesting. She expressed them clearly and fluently and respectfully, and it was one of the most impressive encounters I've had with students in 35 years of teaching. My priorities this year, and indeed every year while I'm principal, is to enhance the quality of teaching. Children only have one chance at education, and it's so important therefore that they are on the receiving end of really high quality teaching. One of the things that's changed most about education is that education is no longer simply about the acquisition of knowledge. It's now much more about what you do with that knowledge. So students need to be able to be flexible. They need to have critical thinking skills. They need to be able to analyze and assess. And it's those skills that companies are crying out for. Companies want students who can solve problems, not who can just pass exams. So teaching here will be much more interactive. Students will be challenged to think. They'll be challenged to speak with each other and debate with each other. And it's those skills that we're trying to create. It's absolutely vital that students not only are challenged at school and are successful at school, but they're happy at school as well. They need to know that they are known and valued as individuals by the teachers. Now, a boarding environment makes that an incredibly, not an easy thing to do, but it gives us the time to really do that. So the fact that teachers are around in the evenings, the fact that teachers can sit with students and give them individual help and support really makes a significant difference. There's no question the Chinese students, their sense of ambition, their commitment, their determination, their hard work, those are all skills where they are well ahead of their Western counterparts. The areas where I think they still need to develop are these more interactive skills. So the ability, which is difficult in your second language, but the ability to stand up and make a compelling and engaging presentation, to learn about risk-taking, and intelligent risk-taking is again a skill that I'd want to see our youngsters develop here. One of the things that we're really determined to do at Pao is ensure that we are preparing our students for an international university experience. We're well aware that for many Chinese students that is a challenge, and there's a high dropout rate of Chinese students at international universities. For students to learn how to use their free time is very important. So we start with very fixed routines, but as they go up the school, we begin to take that scaffolding down, so they learn then to use that time and use that freedom responsibly. There's no doubt that the most successful schools in the world are built on a close partnership between parents and teachers. In the end, I will say to the Pao parents that we all want exactly the same thing, which is to make this school the best school it can possibly be. So having a close relationship with parents, a partnership with parents, is fundamental to all that we're doing. And we're incredibly fortunate that our parents are not only supportive of their own children, but actually supportive of the school as well. And they show that in a variety of ways around the campus.